This is super weird doing another video. Haven't done this in a long time. But what we have post-workout meal is some chicken and rice. Got a Dr. Pepper. Sorry this video seems probably really off because I haven't given any context. I just figured we'd hit the record button and just go with it. So you guys are probably wondering what's new. So what's new since I uploaded my last YouTube video? I am currently at Fiona's parents' house, and we've been living here for a few months. I think we moved here in May. I think it was May. We decided to move back to Winnipeg. A lot of reasons, a lot of factors that went into the decision of moving back. One of the main things was we wanted to be back with family. We really miss family. And I think as everyone's getting older, I feel like we've missed out the last few years not being home with our family. And since everyone has been getting older, there's been some health problems in our family, and it just makes us really concerned about not being there for them. I recently, when we moved back, the first basically day we moved back, we already started having problems in the family, and unfortunately we had someone pass away in my side of the family. So that was a very difficult moment, and it is when someone passes away, you have to have a funeral and all that. So a lot of grieving, a lot of things that have gone on since I made a video with you guys. Obviously, moving back from Ottawa to Winnipeg is a long drive because we drove, and I drove the entire way. Fiona didn't drive at all, so I drove the entire way here. So that was pretty taxing having to drive. We broke it up into, I think, 3 days. Pretty sure it was 3 days. The stress of moving, we had to clear out the entire apartment. We started selling as much as we could on Facebook Marketplace, and then the stuff we couldn't sell, we just started giving it away. That was tough. It wasn't easy. Shout out to our friends for helping move stuff out because they helped us the last month. We didn't really tell anybody we were going to move because we were up and down with like whether we are moving or not. We don't like saying anything unless it's officially happening. That's why it felt so sudden for a lot of people, and even for us it was very sudden. It was something that was in the back of our mind, was moving back, but we just never knew when. Thing was, like, realistically we should have moved back a while back, but we ended up really liking Ottawa, and we ended up staying, and we were also thinking of staying there long term. But the thing is, now with everything, and as we're getting older, holy crap, I'm almost going to be 27 next month. I feel like my priorities in life has changed. I feel like I want to slow down a little bit and take things a little bit easier. So I just feel like in Ottawa, I couldn't really do that. And I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I wasn't with my family. And I just find in Winnipeg, everything's just slower pace out here. So I really missed it, and I'm really enjoying being back here. But obviously, moving back in with parents, or Fiona's parents, and just in general my parents, I'm very thankful. Don't get me wrong, I'm very thankful that they are letting us stay here, and even thankful for my parents for letting me stay as long as I did in their house before I got kicked out. So don't get me wrong, I'm very thankful that I'm here, but at the same time, enjoy having your own space. So when you move back in with your parents, it's like, I don't wish it upon my worst enemy. It's not something you're going to enjoy. And first, when we were thinking of moving back, in our minds, Fiona and I's minds, we were thinking, man, it would be kind of nice to be back home with mom and dad, and maybe they can do the laundry and we can hang out and this and that. But then now that we've actually done it, we're like, fuck, we really don't want to be living with them. Like I said, we love them. We're so thankful that we're here. I don't know. I think it's something you have to experience. You'll most likely feel the same way where when you're away from your parents, you miss them, but then when you're back with them, you're like, this is why we moved out.
I think too, we were thinking maybe we could have our own place here and then maybe your parents could stay with us. As of right now, we think we're leaving.
Tomorrow, I'm going to be leaving to Quebec City. What the hell is this, man?
Isn't that cool?
So I'm going to fly to Ottawa, thankfully I'm flying to Ottawa. I took WestJet, so thankfully I'm flying to Ottawa, and then we're going to drive to Quebec City because I have an athlete competing at Centrals. The reason why I'm saying that is because Air Canada has been on strike and they've been canceling flights, so a lot of people out here that are going to Centrals have to drive there, or they're just not going to be able to go because I've heard rumors that the airlines have canceled and they're not even flying anymore, so that would really suck. But luckily I booked with WestJet, so I should be able to just fly tomorrow, no problem, and we're going to get a rental vehicle and just drive straight to Quebec City, so it worked out perfect. And then we have Westerns. I have an athlete competing for that. I will be there for that, so we're going to go to Nanaimo, and then we're going to go to Vancouver, a little trip out of it. So yeah, there's a lot of things coming up in the future. And then hopefully we'll be moving into our place as well. So there's a lot of things that are coming up. I just want to let you guys know, like, if you ever go through a period of time, you're doing the same thing over and over again and you need some change, just do it, man. If you need to do something and you need to change something and you're so accustomed to the people you're with and you're going to be sacrificing some things, you're going to miss some people, at the end of the day, you just got to do what's best for you. And I hope me talking about all this stuff motivates you to take the next step and just take the leap, you know. I just think if you have an idea and you want to do it and you think it's the best thing for you and your partner or whatever relationship you're in, I think you guys just got to do what's best for you and prioritize yourself, and things will fall into place. Like our friends, they say they're going to visit us that we made in Ottawa. They're going to visit us in Winnipeg. So it's like we're always going to, if you have good friends and they're real friends, like you're going to see them and you're going to make an effort to see them, or vice versa. And we've already had a friend that came and visited. Brian, if you're watching this, shout out to you. Like we were driving across to Alberta and you shot me a text last minute, and then we linked up for food and we had a good time. And it's those are the moments that you really appreciate, and those are the friends that you really appreciate. So it's not like we live super far from our friends. I think it was a matter of prioritizing being with family. Is there any other reason? The other reason I think I like it here is because I think just stuff is just cheaper here. And I like the simplicity of the life here. It's so much more easygoing. And I grew up here, so it just feels like home. You really miss the sunny skies, open skies, nothing obstructing the view of the clouds and the sun. So I really miss that. I miss the thunderstorms that used to always come. Well, we had one last night, but I miss the thunderstorms. I miss the open skies. I'm not gonna miss the winter time. So ideally, looking for a place, we want to make sure that there's good parking, because parking situation out here is brutal. They don't really have much underground parking or sheltered parking. So hopefully we can get something like that, because it is freaking cold and there's lots of snow usually in the wintertime. So that's the only thing I probably won't miss is the weather. But other than that, summers are pretty good. So we came at a good time. We came when summer was starting, so it's perfect timing. I'm gonna eat this food and then I'm gonna shower because I feel dirty. I may as well explain some of the things that bother us living with Fiona's parents, because maybe you guys will get some entertainment out of this. Maybe it could be relatable. But I bought this thing. So it's a humidity meter. Right now it says it's at 60. Before, when we first moved into here, it was at 80 to 90% humidity on this reading. So what did I do? I bought a dehumidifier because it was freaking, you would walk into here and instantly my clothes would be basically drenched. Oh man, the food's going down. But my clothes would be absolutely drenched, and I was thinking, man, the humidity here is crazy. One of the things, and I forgot how to hold the camera, but one of the things is the thing I just showed you there is the air conditioner. That thing, we would turn it on, and then we go walk for like minutes, come back, all of a sudden it's off. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I turn it back on, we'd leave, come back, it's off again. What the heck's going on? We realized Fiona's parents kept turning off the air conditioner every time we turned it on. And inside of here, it's freaking boiling hot in here. So I bought the dehumidifier that you guys saw back there, and her parents started complaining because it's too hot. And I'm like, that's ironic because the freaking apartment is super hot. So I was like, just turn the air conditioning on. And then they don't like having the air conditioning on. For whatever reason, they don't like having the air conditioning on. But in the end, I told them I need the dehumidifier because for me, it's just hard to breathe in here and my clothes just get absolutely soaked. So I told him you got to leave it on. Air conditioner, whatever, is left off. It's like in 40 degrees in here, but it is what it is. And I think our body has adapted to it. This is right here is where Fiona's dad sleeps and Fiona's mom sleeps. This is like typical Filipino apartment, like home, honestly. Like, even if we weren't here, her parents would probably still sleep on the couch or on the floor. They just prefer it. It's just more comfortable for them. I don't know why. If any of you guys are Filipino, explain to me why this is. I am very curious. Or if you have anyone's any other nationality and is familiar with this phenomenon, no, because I still haven't figured it out. But yeah, so that's one of the things that bothers us when we've lived here. At least the dehumidifier stays on, but I had to tape the top of it. I had to tape all the buttons so they wouldn't touch the buttons and turn it off. So now I'm gonna rinse my body. What you do is you take that little scooper thing out of the bucket, scoop the water, go over your head, and then that's how you shower. It's like I'm fucking back in the islands. I just wanted to demo how I do it, and then I'm gonna finish the rest of my shower now, because I don't want to show myself butt naked. Now I'm feeling fresh and clean. We're gonna go to the storage unit, and I'm gonna grab my luggage so that we can get ready for this trip. I don't know when I'll see you next, but I'll see you in the next clip.